Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back to another edition of Wrestling with Watts. I'm your host, Watts, and today we're talking really quick. We're talking about Ricky Starks from AEW. It seems like he's been the topic of discussion a lot lately because he went on the Chris Van Fleet show recently and not necessarily spilled the beans as to what was going on, but kind of like let us know certain things that we already kind of knew about the situation, because all we really know for real is the fact that they had the Edge or Adam Copeland and Ricky Starks. They had like a little verbal warfare, like little promo or whatever. It was pretty impromptu, it kind of seemed like, because both parties, more so Adam Copeland than anybody, seemed very uncomfortable and seemed out of their element after the situation. And we haven't really seen Ricky Starks on TV since, unfortunately. I don't really know much about the situation outside of that, but from what I've been told, and not only been told, but what I've been reading, is that after this situation, Ricky Starks has been pulled from all GCW events that he was about to be booked for. And a lot of people were saying that it's either A, Tony Khan being petty and just sitting this man down for the rest of his contract, or it's GCW and they don't want to be affiliated with the fact that Ricky Starks went on and said everything he said. But personally, to me, it doesn't, all of this stuff that we're seeing right now and the fact that he's being sat down this way, it don't seem like what he said was very much warranted for all of this. Like, we've seen guys say worse, do worse, be in worse situations, and still be let on TV, still get camera time, still get matches. It's not right. It's not really right, because at the end of the day, we've seen the pettiness of Tony Khan, and I feel like everybody is human, everybody has feelings, but from a business perspective, you can't really be you can't really have too much feelings in business. Ricky Starks is a guy who, if pushed correctly, can make that company a lot of money. Some people, they don't like the fact that he was present for Cody Rhodes winning the World Championship at WrestleMania 41 and that he was seen in the building. But Tony, from what he said, Tony Khan said it was okay. But some people say one thing and then do the other. And apparently, from what he said, somebody from AEW said that it was a bad look. Like, walked up to him and said, "You going to WrestleMania? Why? That's a bad look. You shouldn't be at that company, whatever. And everybody went speculating, including myself. I definitely think it's FTR Bald that that had a hand in it. He just be looking like he's snitching. He just be looking like he's ready to tell. He just be looking like a glazer. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, with the little podcast, they pretty much like sealed the deal and made it obvious. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it just feels like he's getting a raw deal. I'm referring to Ricky Starks. Seems like he's getting a raw deal because he has the potential. He's a great talker, great wrestler. And then from what they said as well, he was willing to test the market to test free agency. But AEW picked up his 1-year option, and now he got to sit down for another year and either A, be released or they use him. But I don't see them using him since they haven't been using him this entire time. Like, he's been called every name in the book. It's like, it's split, because I know people who think that Ricky Starks didn't do the right thing, and I know a lot of people who thinks that he's just being wrongfully, he's being treated wrongfully. You know what I'm saying? And I do, to an extent, agree, because if you're not going to use a wrestler, just let him go. If you're not going to use that wrestler to the best of their ability, let them walk. Because you want to put out the best product possible. But I don't know, man. I just try to reserve judgment until I get the full story. But it just don't, to me, it just doesn't sit right. Because at the end of the day, I saw a comment where Matt Cardona, he basically said that you don't disrespect legends. He wasn't in the position at that time to say what he said about Adam Copeland during the little promo that they had going on, and he just basically went into business for himself. But you can't really, he shouldn't say that, mainly because at the end of the day, Edge made a career of, going into business himself, for lack of a better term. Maybe not intentionally, but at the end of the day, his career was really and truly built off of the back of him having intercourse with his best friend's girl while his best friend was injured and at home, and his best friend trusted him enough to ride with his girlfriend, and one thing led to another. And obviously that's Vince McMahon's fault for milking it the way he did, but at the same time, he can't be too mad about that. And we don't know what he's truly thinking about this. I'm referring to Adam Copeland. We don't know what he's thinking, but at the same time, it's like, you kind of made a career off of that type of controversy, so you to feel a way about that, it's kind of wild. But I don't know. None of us really know the full story. I feel like at some point the story is going to come out. If you guys know something that I may not, please leave it in the comments. Please put me on. That's why I'm not really trying to sway to either side, even though I do think that it's all pettiness. Ricky Starks, Cody Rhodes' best friend. He was at WrestleMania. Sit that man down because of that. All of this. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out. Peace.